What's going on, guys? John Anthony, Chair Shot Sports. I'm driving to the top production. Woo! Man, I don't know about you guys. Not only is it hot as hell across this country, hopefully if you're watching this, wherever you are, hopefully you're staying nice and cool. Man, what a hot weekend it was in Toronto for WWE. Money in the Bank, NXT Heatwave. Guys, what a production went on this weekend. Can't wait to talk about it. John Cena retirement. Drew McIntyre is getting suspended. Let's just jump right into it, guys. Just talked about it. Money in the Bank. We're going to talk about it in a little bit. I have some cool guests joining me. I got Alex, Parker, and Chip WrestleDads coming on a little bit. They're going to join us. We're going to run down the Money in the Bank card, talk about the results, how they see everything, how it all happened. Did they agree with it? Did they not agree with it? But with me for right now, let's start with NXT Heatwave. Guys, Shawn Michaels is cooking right now down in Florida. I'm telling you, some of the best stuff I've seen on a PLE in a long time, and it's coming out of NXT, guys. One of the first matches were out of Grace with Carmen Petrovic, with JC Jane, and obviously with Jasmine Nix. Great pre-show kickoff. It was a great match. Jane's really starting to grow on me. I'm really getting down with this Cody Rhodes-esque kind of character. And the whole thing when he went down there to kind of give her the face mask, it was like almost like a passing of the torch, was awesome as well. Great match. Ariana Grace, big fans here at Chair Shot Sports. I think she's finally going to start seeing a little more action, getting herself on TV a little bit more. So very excited to see that. Then obviously, let's just go down the line. Title matches for everybody. Obafemi taking on Wes Lee. This match was awesome. Obafemi just continues to show that he is definitely already a main event caliber guy on the main roster. Very, very excited to see where he goes once he gets called up. Definitely going to be a force. Him, Braun Breaker, big dudes, but still can also get it done off the top rope, outside the ring. Also, guy's awesome on the mic as well. He definitely is a 5-tool player for WWE right now. Wes Lee, like I talked about in a lot of prediction shows, not his time yet. I think it is coming up. Maybe No Mercy. That might be the next big one for them to do that at. No Mercy. I don't think they're going to wait till 2025 to really have West get his hands on some gold. But yeah, awesome match. Obafemi showed up, showed out. Awesome to see that. Kalani Jordan and Sol Ruka, probably one of the matches of the night, right after the Fatal 4-Way for the NXT title. Awesome job from Kalani Jordan. I felt she wasn't ready. I'm going to raise my hand. I'm going to take that. I'm going to own it. Nothing against her. She's very young. I've a little bit of green in the ring, I guess. But definitely showed up and shut me up. And that's hard to do. Sol Ruka, obviously, great talent. It was awesome to see what she was doing in the ring as well. But Kalani Jordan, you gained yourself a fan last night. You definitely did. She was amazing to watch. Did a great job of defending that Women's North American Championship. And I'm excited to see where they go from here. I can't wait to see them run back her and Ruka for 2.0. I can't wait to see them get in the ring again together. Awesome. Very impressed. And I believe in Kalani Jordan. Axiom and Frazier against Chase U, Duke and Andre. I got this one wrong. I really thought they were going to play into the angle of Axiom and Frazier not being on the same page. Obviously, the whole thing with them him having to call him, phoning it in. Where were you? Let's talk about this. We don't even know what we're doing tonight. But again, a great match. And at the end of the day, Nathan and Axiom are on the same page, and they are still your NXT Tag Team Champions. Again, Chase U, they're awesome. Duke, I love the work Duke is doing right now with Chase U. I really think that Duke started to get lost in the sauce a while back, and it was obviously kind of a gimmicky thing where he didn't want to be in Chase U and didn't agree with everything that Andre was talking about. But him being in there really is really cool. I think for the group, it's cool for Duke, and I do hope eventually this is all leading up to Chase U getting called up to the main roster. I don't know how successful it will be up there, but I really do hope that the call up happens. I really see them break them up. I think Thea's going to be awesome on her own. The whole group in general, everyone that's in there is awesome. And I like them all being together, kind of not really anything right now storyline wise for them individually, but together, especially some of the vignettes they do in the back, some of the little, the shots and the stories they do internally with Chase U. is definitely doing great for all the wrestlers involved in that storyline. Roxanne Perez, Lola Vice, man, you hate to not see Lola walk out of there without championship gold. She's such an amazing competitor, heart and soul. Even the interview that she did in the ring last week with Rox was just, you're like, wow, holy shit. Like these guys, whoa. It was great to see. She's so passionate, but obviously took an L. Roxanne goes on to tomorrow night on NXT. See who's going to walk out that curtain, who's going to walk down that ramp, and who she's going to be challenging next. I'm excited for it. The heel gimmick, she's getting better at it every week, every title defense. I think she's getting more confidence in herself, as well as confidence in the ring as well. Was it like 4 or 5 pop rocks it took to take out Lola Vice? So that was an amazing match as well. And the cherry on top tonight really was the best dessert you could have gotten at Heatwave. Sean Spears, Ethan Page, Trick Williams, Javon Evans, OG getting bouncy. This dude was knocking everyone left, right, up and down, all over, inside, outside the ring, putting Trick Williams through a barricade off the top rope. Like, what are we doing here? The kid is crazy, but he's awesome. Being that young and being that talented physically, it's going to be awesome to see what he can do in the next 3 to 5 years in NXT and once he makes his way up to the main roster. This match did not disappoint, guys. They slayed it. They had you guessing the whole time. And they did a really good job, too, of being inside of the ring and making it make sense outside of the ring. You never knew really who was going to do what. People hitting each other with other finishers, stuff like that. And, yeah, man, Trick Williams hits the knee on All Ego, falls back on the bouncy OG. 1, 2, 3, man. We got ourselves a new NXT World Champion. All Ego Ethan Page is your new NXT King. Guys, I'm excited for it. Obviously, with this happening, a lot of people have already come out. The AEW deterrents, if you will, of WWE already saying how it's a forced run. It's a forced storyline. I really don't see any of that. I feel like it's one of those things where everyone's excited from WWE to AEW, right? Someone like Ricochet, who's betting on himself, betting on his name, wants to go out and show that he can do it on his own in another promotion. Good. Someone like Ethan Page going from AEW to WWE, betting on himself, using his name. Bad. Guys, make it make sense. Just have the same energy. If you like that product, like the product, don't come over and dump on another wrestler because now he's a champion in another promotion. Just like everyone with Cody. Oh, Cody was shit anyway. Yeah. He only started the company you root for. It's fine. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. It's just a toxicity of the IWC, and you just got to stay above it. And just rise above the hate. Be happy for the champions you have on your brand, whether it's WWE, whether it's AEW, whether it's TNA. So, again, AEW Heat. I'm sorry, already talking about it. NXT Heatwave slapped, hit on all cylinders. It was awesome to see. I was happy, very, very happy. I think they might have been a little bit better than Money in the Bank on Saturday. Might be just a little bit. I've said it before. I'll say it always until it's not true. I think those guys put on such a show and such a product. Their heart and soul. They know. Obviously, they're performing. They're performers. They want to get. They're in front of great crowds, great audiences. Obviously, down in Florida, every single Tuesday night, they're putting out bangers. But these guys are showcasing for their jobs, man. They want to be the next big thing. They want to be the next Braun Breaker, But again, an awesome PLE from NXT yet again. Mike Chef Sean is cooking, constantly he's cooking, and will forever be cooking with Chef Paul Levesque up in the main roster. So with that being said, let's start talking a little bit about the Joe Hendry effect. We're ending Heatwave. Here's Ego holding the belt. All of a sudden, Joe Hendry, screen goes to black. If you're telling me he's going to be on TV tomorrow night, I cannot wait. I'm a huge Joe Hendry fan. Before it was cool to like Joe Hendry. But no, very excited that this TNA NXT WWE thing is going down. And I love the partnership. And I think starting with Joe Hendry and really capitalizing on his popularity right now is going to be great for both TNA, for WWE, NXT, and also for Joe freaking Hendry, right? This guy is a self-made gimmick. And again, an old WWE guy who went out on the indies and was like, no, listen, I'm going to show you what I can do. I'll create my own stuff. And he has, and he's done it. And now he's getting recognized in TNA and then again now in NXT. So I'm excited for Tuesday. I think Joe Hendry comes back, and now you can have yourself a little Joe Hendry, Ethan Page kind of rivalry. I'm here for it. With that being said, let's go over to Drew McIntyre. Not to really get ahead of ourselves. If you haven't seen it, hopefully by now you've seen Money in the Bank. Drew lost his cash in. Drew was very unsuccessful. He was the Money in the Bank winner for 2024. Unsuccessful. CM Punk got him again, just like I talked about all last week. I knew CM Punk was going to get involved, whether it be in the actual ladder match or in the cash-in. I didn't see the cash-in coming. I thought it was going to happen in the ladder match, but damn, Drew was hot. Going to the commentator desk after the show, knocking Adam Pearce straight in the mouth with an elbow. Had to be restrained by several officials. Nuts. So obviously we wake up today. Adam Pearce addresses the media, addresses the masses. Drew McIntyre has been indefinitely suspended from WWE and WWE Raw. Personally, I think this is an awesome time for him to kind of maybe go back to TNA and take part in the Road to Slammiversary matches. I said it a couple weeks ago. As soon as he quit, I thought there was one of maybe send him back there. But it makes a lot of sense. A lot of sense. I'm going to TNA. Let's hype up that pay-per-view. Slammiversary is there. WrestleMania. Let's hype up their pay-per-view. I think it's a great move. Hopefully they do it. Guys, if you're listening, Drew, I already tweeted at you. I talked about it. Go do it, man. You and Moose, let's go. I'm here for it. CM Punk was also fined an undisclosed amount, but he was not suspended. Who knows how long Drew's going to be gone? Obviously, the biggest take right now is CM Punk should be cleared by SummerSlam. Everyone's looking for and talking about CM Punk and Drew McIntyre at SummerSlam, which would be interesting. I'm here for it. I think it would be interesting. But maybe I'm going to TNA, dabble over there a little bit. Maybe he dethrones Moose. Have him go to TNA, become the TNA champion, come back to WWE, kind of like screw you to Triple H, screw you to Punk, and go be champion. And maybe down the road, he's in TNA for 6 months. Comes back for Mania, some wild stuff, title versus title, wherever Punk is at some point. So they could get very, very interesting if they really wanted to. Speaking of WrestleMania, speaking of the next 6 months, what we have to look forward to. I didn't think I'd ever see this, and then at least in the present time we're in. I didn't think it was going to happen. I didn't want to think it was going to happen. We all knew eventually the time comes for everyone to hang up their boots and lace up their boots for the last time. John Cena on Money in the Bank this past weekend announced the John Cena retirement tour. 2025 will be the last year of competition for one John Cena. Made it very clear doesn't want to come back for something on a pole match or as a referee, whatever. When he's gone, it's over. The back of the shirt said best. After this, you can't see me. The man clearly has an amazing, amazing presence in Hollywood right now. There's a lot of avenues he can go down. Obviously autograph signings, podcasts. Obviously the man wants to go home. Maybe he wants to start a family. Maybe the time. John's always said kids aren't in my bag right now. Maybe the time has come for maybe he wants to settle down. Maybe he wants to start a family. There comes a time in every person's life where we all kind of realize our own mortality, right? We can understand where we're at, and you start to have the realization that you have more behind you than you do in front of you, and you really just got to start valuing things a little bit differently. I'm a huge John Cena fan. I got to meet him at Spooky World, down in Connecticut. Way back, I think it was 2001, 2002. I think he was just starting the Can't See Me stuff, the rapper gimmick. He was an awesome guy to meet, and I hope to meet him again at some point. Which apparently he's gonna have a lot of time on his hands in another 12, 13 months. So hopefully that happens. So John Cena has said the next Royal Rumble Elimination Chamber, the next WrestleMania, will be the last 3 of his career. Obviously, then he did say he's going to go through the entire year, picking spots where it makes sense. So let's talk about that. What do we have for rivalries? And I'll talk about it when Chip comes out with the kids to get their idea about it before we talk about Money in the Bank. What do we want to see? Do we want to see CM Punk, Randy Orton, Roman Reigns, The Rock one more time? Cody Rhodes. So many names and countless people down at NXT that John's never touched. That we could maybe have one. Braun Breaker could be a John Cena match down the road in 2025. And again, with this being in, maybe this is something where he didn't want to do it with Vince around. Maybe he wanted to wait till it was under new management. Someone else is around that could do it properly. Now I'm a very big deterrent on AEW where they do the dream matches where it doesn't make sense. This is where you do the dream matches with no buildup. John can come out on a Monday, and that's the thing. Obviously, he's going to be a free agent. He's not going to be stuck on Raw, SmackDown, or NXT. You have him come out on a Monday night, and you have him call so-and-so out. You have him call Braun Breaker out. Hey, I'll see you with a PLE next month. That's all you needed. You don't need to have a buildup for that. Hey, I'm retiring. I'm out of here. I want a match to do before I leave. Let's go. That's the buildup. That's the story. That's when it makes sense. I don't have to have a buildup. So I know given that's definitely going to come down the road, definitely happen from people like, oh, what about dream matches? And this, John, is the storyline. The retirement tour is the storyline. And it's all a matter of who they think they want to get in the ring with John to get some kind of rub. Obviously, he's got Seth Rollins. As I'm talking to you right now, like the names are just in my head, like Gunther, Damian Priest. Put him over on SmackDown. Countless talent over there as well. Drew McIntyre. What are we doing? This is crazy. NXT guys. People in TNA. But I think I say all that because I was going to say bring it back around. And maybe this was the time he wanted. He talked to Paul and he's like, listen, I want it done right. I'm sure John has a boatload of creative control around this. But I'm excited. I think every wrestler needs to go out on their own terms, but it also needs to be classy enough where you need to honor the wrestler, right? I think the Kurt Angle retirement angle, the whole thing with Baron Corbin sucked. And I think deep down, I think Baron will tell you that. I think Kurt will tell you that. Vince just didn't know what to do and just bucket. All right, you're just going to face this guy and he's going to retire you. Why him? Doesn't make any sense. The Goldberg stuff, that was handled so shitty. You give your thoughts on Goldberg. Listen, but everyone who goes out, when it's time for them to leave, you need to give them their flowers. And you need to go out in a way that makes sense. Like when Rey Mysterio finally decides, hey, guess what? I'm going to hang it up like full time. That way, that will be done in a way where I know with grace, with elegance, with a huge, rightfully so, thank you from the universe and also from the company as well that he's given so many years to. Randy Orton, that's coming. That's the next shoe to drop. Now that John's retiring, man, I'm at that age now where now I got to watch the guys I grew up with retire. That sucks. That sucks, man. Randy Orton, Finn, Bobby Lashley. These guys are getting up there. Damian. I'm pretty sure all the guys I just named are in their 30s. I mean 40s. It's nuts. It's so wild to me to just even talk about Cena's retirement tour. But yeah, and it's also too, I think it's going to be interesting to see how Tony Khan handles it over in AEW as well. I think Tony is awesome, already an awesome super fan, which is why obviously he wanted to be in with AEW. But it's going to be interesting how he shows that respect and pays that homage to people on his roster. That's the one thing I hope maybe WWE and AEW can kind of connect on and can kind of be in agreement with down the road when people like Bryan Danielson and Adam Copeland and these guys decide, Jon Moxley, these guys who gave a great part of their career to WWE. And I hope if they do retire in AEW, it's not a matter of kind of what happened with Sting where they wouldn't really help him out with any of the footage or anything like that. I'm really hoping that WWE kind of lends some stuff to them so they can be put out, in the right way possible. But anyway, not to get too down on everything. So again, NXT Heatwave slapped. John Cena retiring. Drew McIntyre suspended again. I think TNA is probably the best bet for him. Money in the Bank was probably, and we're going to talk to Chip and the kids in a little bit. this PLE was rough for me. And, it wasn't a matter of, I went 2 for 5 on my picks. And that's happened plenty of other times. I'm not worried about that. That's whatever. I'm glad when I'm wrong because that means they see it better than I shouldn't be able to predict what you're doing. Before I'm doing WrestleMania cards when it was 15 matches on there and I'm getting 14 of them right. Like there's something wrong when the fans know exactly what you're going to do. That's the one thing I've said I like about Paul Levesque and Nick Khan. Like apparently The Rock has a lot of creative control too, so they're doing it the right way. This PLE was tough for me. I don't know how I feel about the cash in. Very happy. Tiffy time. Awesome. The whole championship match with Priest and with Rollins and then with Punk and then Drew. It's rough for me, man. It's tough. The women's ladder match was good. I felt like we kind of, I don't know. It didn't slap the way it has before with other PLEs. And Money in the Bank is like that low-key fifth big pay-per-view aside from the Rumble, Mania, Survivor Series, and SummerSlam, right? And I'm the first one I'll say you have to have that one PLE where you're just kind of bridging the storylines. You're getting what you need, like product-wise, right? You're getting to that point where, okay, that checks the box. Now let's go on to the next thing. But there's always going to be 1 or 2 PLEs that just don't hit the way they should. And I think that's what we got at Money in the Bank. The 6-man tag was awesome. That was great. That went well. I think it's the Sami Zayn and the Braun Breaker for me. Now again, people have already. I put a tweet up as soon as it happened, and people have. What's the biggest excuse I've been getting is, dude, calm down. The guy ended being Sammy, ended Gunther's longest reign. He's allowed to beat guys like that. I'm like, beat guys like that? Like, what do you mean? Like, that's, I don't know. To me, it doesn't really make all that sense to build up a guy like that for 2 months and then to go down like that with one finisher. That Braun Breaker is not a one finisher guy. He's not. It should have been 2 or 3 of those haluva kicks, maybe another Blue Thunder Bomb. But I'm sorry, I'm going to die on the hill. I think it's not fair to Braun. I don't think he's going to suffer. I don't think you're going to lose the push. What's happening? He's going to come out tonight. He's just going to start raising hell all over again, just going through the roster. What do we do now? Are we looking for a Sami Zayn Braun Breaker rematch? I don't know, but I did talk about bringing in some folks to talk to me about this. So without further ado, let's bring in Wrestle Dads. Let's bring him to the stage. Guys, how we doing?
I'm great. How are you, dude?
I'm doing awesome, man. Thank you for joining me. So I just before you guys got in, I talked a little bit about just a couple of things I want to get your ideas about, and then we'll go into Money in the Bank. How do you guys feel about John Cena's retirement?
I'm sad. That's who I grew up watching.
Same, bro. Same.
I don't want him to retire. He can still do it even though he's 45 or more. But I love the man. He said WrestleMania 41 is going to be his last WrestleMania.
And so is the Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber.
That's going to be pretty
Yeah,
sad.
I'm sad to see the man go. I hope they do it right and give him the perfect final opponent.
Mhm.
I know some people have started predictions and all that. So at WrestleMania, who do you think John Cena should face last?
I think if Brock Lesnar doesn't show up at SummerSlam, I think he's going to win Brock Lesnar.
He's obsessed with Brock Lesnar. How about you?
I think he should fight Jey Uso.
Jey Uso?
I mean,
That's not
that'd be a
bad.
pretty good match.
I personally think it's going to be somebody older, maybe like The Rock or somebody in the bloodline is going to take out John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the Big Show.
We'll see it.
The Big
The
Show.
Big Show. That'd be a great one.
I mean, he got injured by Powerhouse Hobbs because he got slammed on a windshield
He did.
on the concrete.
Correct.
The funny thing is too with John, we know this by watching him for so long. John doesn't need to win his last match going away. He'll take an L if it makes sense in a storyline. Like, so it's going to be funny to see and interesting as well to see if he's giving a rub to somebody, or kind of like I retire John Cena, because like if you give that L to somebody, that's what they have. That's gonna be on their tombstone. Like I'm the guy who beat him in his last match. You know what I mean? So I think John deserves to win, and that's what I was talking about before you guys joined up. I'm really hoping, like, there's been a lot of other retirements where it's like Kurt Angle and Goldberg, and that just weren't really handled. It was almost like, okay, get out the door. I really hope he gets his flowers this whole year of 2025, and just it makes sense at the end of the day.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt my feelings, to be honest, if he has a string of like losing matches, to be honest. Like, as long as he's out there cutting promos, getting the crowd pumped up, I don't care if he wins or loses, and I don't think he does either. I think he just wants to have fun.
Yeah, no, he said it. He'll be the first one to tell you it's been a while since I won a match. So awesome. So haven't talked about it yet. Was waiting for you guys. So Money in the Bank. What a PLE this was. I know it's been getting a lot of mixed emotions. Some people with matches didn't go the way they thought it would. I was just talking about one. I'm sure you heard me when you came in. I was talking a little bit about the Sammy Braun Breaker match. That seems to be the biggest sticking point for a lot of people, how that was booked and the outcome. But let's start with the 6-man tag match. Cody Rhodes and RKO, obviously Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, and the Bloodline 2.0 match. That match was awesome. Like I think we talked about it. We were both in agreement. Bloodline needed to win. It needed to be Solo. And Cody took the pin. I think that needed to happen with them pushing. Obviously, I think at SummerSlam now we're going to get Solo versus Cody. But that match was great. I loved it. I think it had a great pace inside, outside the ring. How'd you guys like it?
I loved it. I mean, I do believe that was the final match of the night, and I love that you're starting it out with it. Boys, who wants to go first?
I will.
Go ahead.
The match was awesome. The fact that Cody was held by Tongaloa, I think it was, and then he gets Samoan spiked, and Randy Orton almost hit a triple RKO.
Yeah, that was an awesome spot in that match. That was full of awesome spots.
I actually like the new Bloodline with Jacob Fatu, because they're going to be dominating if Jacob Fatu's on their team. Because I mean, I really like the match. I'm mad that Cody took the pin, but even though I thought Jimmy Uso was going to help Cody, RKO, Randy, and Kevin Owens, or I thought Roman was going to come back, but I'm pretty sure Roman's going to come back at SummerSlam. Although I like the match, but I don't really like the new Bloodline, but I like it at the same time.
Okay. Got mixed emotions out of a 9-year-old on this one. I love it. Like, it's a new thing, but they're trying to carry over what they were doing for well over years, so it's going to look different. And I just love how far they go, where Paul Heyman looks all disheveled and his beard's all white, and it's so great. Like, the moment Roman Reigns comes back, he'll be slick black hair, looking good. But oh man, I love everything. That Cody had to take the pin by Solo to make the storyline work. So I thought they did very well in making it the last match of the night.
Yeah, at least he finished the story at WrestleMania.
Yeah, now he started the new one, and this one's interesting. I wonder how long they're going to carry this one out. Like, SummerSlam's going to be full of surprises, and like we say, every podcast will be there live, so we cannot wait.
That's going to be an awesome PLE to be at, man. I'm very jealous. That's going to be awesome. That card is already looking stacked. It's going to be so good.
It's going to be great. Every title match there is going to be there. Like, we're excited.
Awesome. So then one of the other matches after that, before that, I should say, because it was the main event. The women's Money in the Bank, an awesome match. Io Sky, Chelsea Green, Valkyria, Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, and obviously Zoe Stark. It is now Tiffy time, baby. That's right. Let's go. I'm very excited. It was awesome. Chelsea Green is the GOAT. That was an awesome spot, coming off the ladder, going through the tables. Like, I think the match was awesome. Io hit the Mikinuchi driver onto the ladder. Like that, there was just spot after spot after spot. Obviously, I think we're both happy. It's Tiffy time now. I think she's going to be a great briefcase holder. Yeah. What do you guys think?
Yeah. Parker, you want to lead off this one?
Sure. So I actually changed my pick to Tiffany. And I think she's gonna end up challenging Liv Morgan if Liv Morgan doesn't have a match at SummerSlam against Rhea Ripley. But I honestly think she's gonna win the title pretty soon. But Chelsea Green, I gotta give her credit because that whenever she fell off that ladder, I'm just like, oh my god, how is she not dead? And that driver that Io Sky did, she did like that turtle stretch. She held that for like a minute. I was just like, is she okay? Or is she seriously injured?
That was a big spot, and that was a huge pause by her that it's got a lot of attention on Twitter and social media. So, like, that was huge. I made a tweet personally for Wrestle Dads. We don't know how Zoe's even walking at this moment. Like, that was one heck of a bump.
It looked like she landed on her head.
It did. Like, I thought she broke her neck. Like, when she spun up, I was like, okay, she's okay. And then she fell forward, and I was like, ooh, maybe not. And then
Yeah, I thought she was concussed. Honestly, I thought she was. I was like, oh no, like that's not good. But like you said, same thing. She like wobbled a little bit, but I think she's okay. But also too, Io too. A lot of people thought Io broke her tailbone. I think what a lot of people were saying too. The way she kind of just like couldn't get up. That was wild spot.
Yeah, that was wild. That was an awesome match. Like, and give credit when credit's due. Tiffy time. I think this is the perfect one. I mean, she was the perfect one out of the bunch. Chelsea Green, I tweeted out earlier with you, she would be my second choice, and that was an awesome spot. She probably had the biggest spot of the night. Yeah. And it's Tiffy time, baby.
I'm surprised the crowd for Chelsea. Like, they were rooting for her.
Oh, yeah. Chelsea's awesome. Like, I know she's the Karen, but, like, she plays it well. And yeah, she looks the part. She's awesome. Like, I
feel like that character's really starting to grow on people too. Like, she just keeps doing it. Do a lot. If your haters become your biggest fans, you know. So it's let me ask you guys a question. So statistically, if you saw the PLE, obviously it's all about the numbers and they're showing everything. The women's never really hold their briefcase for a long period of time. How long do you guys think Tiffy's going to hold onto that briefcase before cashing in?
I think we're going to have a reverse of last year, to be honest. I think she's going to hold on to it till WrestleMania in Vegas.
Me too.
And then she'll cash it in on the grandest stage of them all.
I still haven't given my thoughts on that match.
Oh, I'm sorry, son.
No, you're fine.
Oh, my bad. No, go ahead.
It's honestly kind of funny whenever at the start of that match, everyone went out and started fighting each other. Io put a ladder on the apron. Chelsea Green was up halfway and was like, no. One of the commentators said that she's afraid of heights. What's the point of going in a ladder match if you're afraid of heights? And it was honestly kind of funny backstage after Tiffany won. Trish Stratus was there, and Tiffy said, it's not Trishy time anymore, it's Tiffy time. Toodles.
I hope they have a match moving
I'm
forward.
praying they have a match. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, man.
They like the foreshadow stuff, and I think that was one of them. And I'm not going to lie, Tiffy slipped up a little bit in that promo, but I think she recovered well. And yeah, I'm not going to hate on her for that. Like, it's hard to talk sometimes, and you get tripped up, so you can't for one word. So it's Tiffy time. I can't wait. If she has a match with Trish Stratus, that's going to have so many views. Like, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, the fact that Trish rolled up in a Ferrari.
Yeah, Trish.
I love it. I'm a huge Trish fan, so to see both of those go at it would be amazing.
Yeah.
Awesome. So with that, we have the Intercontinental title match. That was Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker. I know we all talked about it last week about the match. Not the outcome we thought was going to happen. But that seems, like I said, that seems to be the real tipping point for a lot of people, this PLE, how it was booked, how easy it was for him to get beat. Braun looked weak. I think it was a good match. It was booked really well. Personally, I would have wanted to see maybe Braun's kind of a 2-3 finisher kind of guy. Maybe take a little bit more to take him out. I'm not mad about Sami retaining it. I just think, like we talked about, you book someone like that. It's like, I know, again, Sami underdog of the underground. I get it. But just I feel like it was too easy of a win at the end of it. I'm happy for Sammy. I'm sure Braun's going to rebound tonight and start going through the entire roster again, being upset. So as if Adam Pearce doesn't have enough on his plate, right? But yeah, happy for Sammy. I think it was a good match. How do you guys feel about the outcome?
To be honest, I disagree with you, and I really disagree with you. I thought it was well done. I think people need to pump the brakes a little bit on Braun Breaker. I kind of saw this one coming. Sami Zayn is a baller, and people needed to be reminded of that. And I think they used Braun Breaker as that reminder. And you could say it made Braun Breaker look weak, but my God, he was destroying the guy like the whole match, like every spot. Did a leapfrog from the freaking apron. That's what, an 8-foot jump, and then landed on him on the commentary table. Yeah. Must have been a Japanese table because it didn't break. So
yes.
Yes. It was well built.
I don't know, but that little part that they take off must hold the whole puzzle together, because
it has to.
Like, I don't get it. Like, if that part's on, that table does not break. And I thought it was going to break after that, because Breaker's huge, and Sammy's not small himself. So
no,
it's easy just to set up an announcer's table. It's just strong, like really strong magnets that can break really easily. It's like, so they're strong magnets, but whenever something hard lands on it, it instantly breaks.
Yes. But we're saying that top part that they have to take off first, and then they remove the monitors and all that. Like, that is like that's the main piece.
Yeah, building the announcer's ring is just like a big Lego set.
Yes, it is. So we don't get too tracked. Let's stay on his show. Go ahead. What were we?
Don't worry about it.
We get sidetracked. So
I do the same. I shows I do by myself. I'll start going on a tangent. Oh wait, let me bring it back over here. Sorry. So I do the same thing on my own.
Braun Breaker, Sami Zayn.
Awesome. No, and again, I don't think it made Braun look weak, because like you said, he destroyed Sammy. I wish it would have been like maybe 1 or 2 haluva kicks, maybe a kick out of the first one. Something like that. But no, I think it was a great match. And both guys, obviously, Sammy's going to go on to be awesome. And Braun, like I said, he'll rebound easily tonight. Not a problem. So then we have the men's Money in the Bank. Jey Uso, Melo, Andrade, Chad Gable, LA Knight, Drew McIntyre. Awesome match. Obviously, neither of us had the winner of that one. Drew McIntyre is your Mr. Money in the Bank. The match was great, and obviously we'll talk about the World Heavyweight Championship match next. But just staying on this one, what did you guys think of the match and Drew coming out with the briefcase?
Honestly, the match itself was pretty good, but I thought it was gonna be Yeet in the Bank.
That was literally the cover of it. It said Yeet on the Money in the Bank briefcase, which he was holding it.
Yeet, yeah.
So you didn't like that Drew one?
I mean, he deserves it. He's worked his butt off for a while. He's trying to get his hands on the championship. But Carmelo Hayes, whenever he does that leg drop from the top rope, it looks like they're moving out of the way, but like he drags him towards, like they're trying to move out of the way. He's just like, nope, come here.
You're funny. Anything else you want to say?
No.
You? No. Okay. Yeah. No, that match was awesome, and I think for the first time in a while the women's beat the men, and I thought the women's match, I thought it was booked perfectly, to be honest. Like, starting out with the men's match, I was like, what? Why are you starting out with this? And then as it progressed, I was like, aha, I get it. The women's was much better. Had I don't want to say much better, but they had bigger spots. If it was Tiffany winning, it was a new person. Like Drew, I think everybody saw CM Punk was somehow going to be involved. And ultimately he was. So, but the fact that he won, I don't think a lot of people predicted that. And I know you and I went with Gable, and you sucked me into that Wyatt Six story. And I loved it. But my second choice would not have been Drew McIntyre. I thought, like, he's got something with CM Punk, and they made him win. And then later on, it was very well done. I enjoyed the whole show. That match starting out the show was amazing. Yeah. And Drew winning was good. I like it.
Yeah.
They wanted Jay. I like Drew winning. So.
No, I think it was good. Again, like I said, I think a lot of people thought that obviously Punk was going to involve himself in that match. But speaking of CM Punk, let's talk about the one of the final matches. Obviously, the World Heavyweight Title match against Seth Rollins, Damian Priest. If Damian Priest loses, not only does he lose the title, he loses a spot in Judgment Day. And obviously, if Seth Rollins loses, he can no longer challenge while Damian is the champion. So, great match. Kind of sucks about the 3 count stuff with Damian Priest. I mean, it happens. A lot of people, there's a lot of stuff coming out. What happened? If it might have been a planned thing. So someone was saying that I guess Drew didn't hit. Drew was supposed to come out before the 3 count or something like that going on. So I'm sure more of that'll come out. But Drew McIntyre's music hits. Drew comes down to the ring, makes it a triple threat match. Here comes CM Punk, getting himself involved. At the end of the day, kind of cost Drew. He cost Drew his opportunity, but he also cost Seth Rollins his shot at the belt, and now he can no longer challenge as long as El Champion has that gold. Guys, what did you think of the match overall?
I loved it, and I know something was up because after Priest got the 1, 2, 3, his face, like, he looked upset about something that was going on, to be honest. And like, usually after you win a title match, you're happy, and he seemed like something was off. Like, I don't know if it was timing on the whole match or like what you just said a couple minutes or a couple seconds ago, that Drew came out at the wrong spot. Like, are people saying that was supposed to be a pin and then it wasn't supposed to be a triple threat? Like, it was supposed to be a singles match and Drew came out that early and changed it? Is that what people
From what I'm hearing is Drew didn't hit the mark as far as either whether he wasn't in Gorilla, he wasn't in position. But I guess it was supposed to be a triple threat. But the reason Damian was so upset, and even the fact that Triple H talked about it in the press conference, the guy tell him, listen, just let it go. Don't worry about that. The word I'm getting is, again, I don't know how true it is yet, but that Drew was supposed to come out earlier. And that's why if you watch the rest of the match, Damian looks visibly upset. Like, you hit your mark. Now it looks like I don't know how to kick out of a 3 count. I don't know what I'm doing. So, but yeah, no, it's going to be interesting to see kind of what happened behind that. Because I don't think Damian is that kind of wrestler. He's obviously very in tune, very seasoned to not know he's a kick out of a 3 before Drew comes out to make it a triple threat match. Doesn't make any sense. And Seth sold the heck out of it. I think they were doing a 3 count, but that blatant in that big of a spot with the cash in just doesn't make any sense to me. Somebody dropped the ball somewhere in the back.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was the ref because, like, dude, he was so close, like, with that. And like, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of times I feel like they hit it 4 times because, like, when they come down, they do that swing, and then they go.
Sounds like a 1. Yep.
And it's like, I heard 3 there and then nothing, and they're saying it was a 2 count, and it's like, well, I clearly heard 3, so like, I don't. There's something. Hopefully, with Raw coming up tonight, like they address it and they like make a story out of it or something.
Yeah.
Like, but I thought it was great. Like the fact that CM Punk came out and ruined it again is just like adding to their match at SummerSlam. The only thing I ask is that CM Punk jumps on a treadmill or something so he can not be breathing through his mouth after just a couple of minutes.
He looks so blown up. He's so blown up.
Yeah. Like he was just whoosh, and it's just like, dude, like I get it, but you need to jump on a treadmill or something like this.
He does look at amazing. On Saturday night, he's in the best shape of his career right now. He looks amazingly big. It's just like, yeah, dude, run a couple miles. let's get it going. Knock off the ring rust.
Other than that, I'm excited for this match. I think it's going to happen at SummerSlam, and it's going to be awesome. Like I hope it's a 30-minute match. And right now, I don't think CM Punk can go 30 minutes. Like I'm not hating on the guy. Just he clearly looked tired after that little 4-minute scrum, whatever you want to call it, with Drew McIntyre. Mm-hmm. Did he not? Like he was huffing and puffing. But other than that, yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm not hating on the guy. It just looks like his cardio needs to be tweaked a little bit.
I agree.
Anything you want to say?
I'd like to talk about the match. Pretty mad that Seth Rollins isn't able to challenge for the title, but I don't know what's next for him. But we're going to go back to CM Punk. CM Punk coming out with a great spot because I knew he was going to come out because him and Drew have a rivalry. And with him grabbing the title, I'm just like, is he going to take that so nobody can have it, or is he going to do something with it? And I see that he bashes Drew in the face with it, but I'm kind of happy with the storyline with Damian Priest. I mean, he's the leader of Judgment Day. He's the second leader. The leader was Edge, but I don't know what's next for Seth Rollins. That's my question.
Yeah, that's a story that I think they're going to address on Raw tonight. So I'm excited for that big time.
All right. So, the match was good, honestly, but it was way too early for Drew to cash it in.
Yes.
He should have at least waited till
Elimination Chamber.
Royal Rumble.
Something like that.
Yeah, and the fact that CM Punk after Drew, I thought Drew was gonna win after he hit Seth with a Claymore, but no, CM Punk comes out, starts beating down on Drew, and 1, 2, 3, Damian retains.
Yeah.
I was honestly the win.
Priest?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good pick. He's solid.
I mean, I agree too. I think selfishly, I just like to have that storyline going at all times. Like someone watching, you got to watch your back, the Money in the Bank holder. I get why they did it. But again, like we talked about, and a lot of other people, a lot of the collabs we did last week, a lot of people were convinced he was going to do something in the ladder match being no DQ. I think if your end game was to get to this point, you could have done it where Drew didn't. I don't think Drew needed the briefcase. I really don't. I get it. Just that much more to really amp up Drew. Like he's just really screwing up his entire life. But I just feel like the briefcase probably could have been used in a different way on a different person. But again, that's why we don't. That's why we're not the people writing the stories apparently. So, but I'm sure it'll make sense down the road. But selfishly, I just like to have someone walking around. It's always like that what if, which we're gonna have with Tiffany, which is gonna be great. So,
right. And I personally think that's why they did it that way, to get our focus more on Tiffany and then get that storyline. Okay, well, that's already squashed. So now we can focus on Cody, focus on the Wyatt Six.
mm-hmm.
They got so many other things. Looks like Logan Paul and LA Knight's going to happen. So, there's a lot of other storylines that they can focus on. And I love that they kind of got rid of a big one. So now they can focus on the other ones and really, when wrestling's not predictable, that's when it's at its best. And so right now, they're kind of on that route. So it's like, let's go. I'm on board. Let's enjoy the ride.
And whenever you're talking about Logan Paul, speaking of Logan Paul, we actually found the Twitter Prime, which you could win $1 million.
Ooh, did you ever find that? Do you know the Twitter Prime? Do you know what he's talking about?
I've heard about it. Yeah, I think I saw the advertisement on Money in the Bank. Is it QR code stuff or?
I'm not too sure. I missed it. I gotta always do stuff when we're doing it. So
if we go to get subs at Gecko, we could just go down there. If I see it, I'll grab it.
Yeah, it's pink and it's really good.
It kind of tastes like blue. It kind of tastes like blue raspberry, but
okay.
I'm gonna look into that. Anyway, for me to get $1 million, I'm in. Let's go.
You have to unlock 12 pieces of a map, and then you have to claim your prize.
12 pieces, so you have to drink 12 of them.
No. It'll say after you fill it off, it'll say a certain number. Say it says you won 6, you claimed 6 pieces of the map.
Oh, okay.
So there's
I'm gonna look into this now.
Yeah, there's a little peel thing where you have to peel open the wrapper, and then it says code unlocked, map pieces unlocked, and then I got 5 pieces unlocked.
You got 5?
Yeah.
Well, we better get another one today.
But my mom threw away the wrapper.
No, you could have needed that. No.
That could be
It's like having the boardwalk in the Park Place for McDonald's when they used to do the game. You're like, no, I need that.
I was just gonna bring that up. I'm so
Yeah.
happy.
I still got my prime model in my mom's boyfriend's truck.
Okay.
I don't
you
like
Hold on to them. You don't want to lose them.
Yeah, you never know. We might win that $1 million. I didn't really know it was like that. So thank you.
I saw a couple advertisements, but like I have heard of it. That's why he talked about. I was like, yeah, I thought I saw something on Money in the Bank, and I think on Raw too the other week. So obviously Drew McIntyre got screwed. You know, it happened. CM Punk got him again. So if you guys saw the post show, kind of the scrum, Drew went nuts, lost his mind. Gave Adam Pearce a nice stiff elbow right to the mush for his troubles. Came out today. Adam Pearce announced that not only are CM Punk and Drew McIntyre fined, obviously, undisclosed amounts of money, Drew McIntyre is indefinitely suspended from WWE. Now, I think this is a perfect time looking at the collab they're doing with TNA. Maybe Drew goes away for a little while, does some work over in TNA, maybe jumps into the Road to Slammiversary tournament, ends up getting at their WrestleMania Slammiversary, getting together with Moose and 4 other guys. What do you think happens for Drew right now? What's he going to do? He's got some time off. Where do you think he turns up? Do you think he, obviously storyline wise, he's obviously still with the company, but do you think he just shows up on random shows now, just kind of beating everyone up, looking for CM Punk? Where do you think they go from here?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's just suspended from Raw, correct? Like he can pop up on NXT or SmackDown, even, right? Like
he did just say definitely suspended, but I don't know if it's from WWE. I don't remember if he said that at the end or not.
I
I gotta look.
But I think, like, I mean, he could very easily pop up on the other shows that they have for WWE. And then, I mean, there's that Forbidden Door has been open for TNA, so that would be awesome to see him come in there. I mean, it's a good storyline. It's obviously not real, but
Oh yeah, of course.
how long it goes, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure CM Punk is probably going to open up the show tonight, if not close it. And yeah, it's interesting to see where they're going to go with it. What do you think?
I think Drew, he's going to be in the gym a lot more. And I think when he comes back, I don't really like his new heel character. I liked his face character with, like, other people. It's just, I don't really get why he changed it to a heel character just because he lost at WrestleMania to Seth Rollins. Just because he lost to Damian Priest at WrestleMania. But I think he might go into a different company, not now. Like the time that he's suspended, he's going to wrestle for another company. And whenever Pearce emails him, like, hey, your suspension has expired, you can come back to WWE, and he's going to quit, and then come back to WWE. And he might go to face character. I like the faces more than the heels.
Okay. What about you, Alex?
I definitely think he might go to like TNA or AEW.
Ew.
But
No.
He won't be going to AEW.
Let me help you.
Yeah, he won't
Please
go to
don't.
But continue your thought.
Alright, so he might go to TNA, and I mostly think he's gonna just be hitting the gym.
He's a big dude.
Mostly most of mine, but like I know that he's big, but he's gonna be bigger when he comes back.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do. I don't think the suspension is going to be too long. So,
He's gonna end up like Randy Orton.
I mean, what? SummerSlam's in 3 weeks, so it can't be too long.
Awesome. But yeah, overall, it was an awesome weekend. I think you guys haven't seen Heatwave yet for NXT. It was an awesome PLE. It could maybe be booked better than Money in the Bank was. The matches were incredible. Just awesome stuff. But I really appreciate you guys coming on, talking about short notice. I know, like, obviously it was just this past Saturday, so I appreciate it. For everyone, obviously you guys are on the show a lot, but for everyone who hasn't seen you guys before, where can people find you guys?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we got pretty much everything. We got TikTok, Spotify, iTunes, or Apple Podcasts. I guess that's what it's called. We got our own shop with our shirts coming out. If you like This Wrestling is Real, People Are Fake shirt, you can get that at shop.wrestledads.com. Then our link tree is just simply wrestledads.com. So you can find our podcast, our YouTube channel, our WWE shop affiliation, our own shop, and everything that we do. WrestleDads.com. Alex?
You can find me at the Boys 890 on TikTok with the capital T, and hit that follow button.
Parker?
You can find me at Parker from Wrestle Dads, no spaces, and please hit that subscribe button. And maybe I might start my own wrestling training for kids. All I gotta do is just print out paper, staple it to posts, and then I put my phone number.
Yeah, but there's a lot of insurance involved there, so quite old enough. You might need to get a couple jobs to afford that.
Yeah, just a couple.
Yeah, all I gotta do is just print out a paper, get my trampoline ready, and then boom,
It's
I'm
a-
done.
I gotcha. It's a little bit more than that, but oh yeah, and we started wrestling school, so like it's awesome. I got training for 4 hours today and Wednesday, so I'm really
How was
good
the
at-
how was running the ropes?
Oh, dude, painful. Dude, I got bruises going through here, like here,
Yep.
like
Yeah,
oh
on my
man,
back.
I got 2 good ones on my back, like right above my hip and then right below my shoulder blades. Like it is
Yeah, me
rough.
and Parker got karate tonight and Wednesday.
So,
I love it. That's
yeah.
why it's so crazy, like running the ropes like that until you do it. Then you see someone like Braun Breaker who runs it at like 18 miles an hour. He comes off those ropes, man. It's
Yeah.
wild.
Used to it, I get it, but right now I am not. It hurts, and yeah.
I did a test. I was hanging onto the ropes, and then I tucked my chin, and then I let down. It's like, oh, that's actually kind of hard, but it's not bad at all.
Yeah, after his first day at wrestling school, he said like we could get up on the apron in like 5 minutes after. He was like, "You guys can get in the ring. I was running the ropes."
Yeah,
Nice.
they had a lot of fun. They got their chance to climb the turnbuckle and all that stuff. So
That's
But-
awesome, guys.
Now I
Things
got
are
up
That's-
to
going well.
6.
Honestly, I miss it. But I don't know if I could run the ropes and do that stuff anymore now. But trust me, if I had time, I wasn't doing this and the kids and everything, I would definitely try.
I got my schedules open a little bit. My boss at work's letting me do this, so like I'm gonna
That's
give
awesome.
it for at least 6 months and see what happens. So
Yeah, enjoy. You never know what could happen.
yeah, I'm having a lot of fun so far, and the group of guys that I'm with at 880 Wrestling is they're good. So
Awesome. Well, I thank you guys again. And of course, everyone who watches my show, obviously you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, also on Twitter, all at Chairshot Sports. And on Saturdays at 6 p.m., you can find us on the Live 365 radio app, on the Block 105 and SoCal Radio with our weekly radio show as well. So guys, again, I appreciate you coming on. And I'm sure it will be too far down the road until we're getting together talking again about some more wrestling. So thank you again, guys. Have a good night.
yep, you too, dude. Peace.
Peace.